Hey, what's up? Today we're going to go over magazines and drums for the Saiga-12 here. Now, this is an Ishmash 5-round magazine, and this is what comes with the Saiga-12. Now remember, you can't go over 5 rounds unless your Saiga-12 is 922R compliant. Remember, you have to swap out Russian-made parts for US-made parts. And the Russian parts count has to be 10 parts or less. Then you can upgrade your magazines to a larger capacity, like a 12-round drum or the big 20-round drums. Now the Ishmash 5-rounder is very well made. I haven't cleaned this thing at all. I took it through the tactical response fighting shotgun and kicked it around the dirt and all that stuff just to, test out reliability, and this guy runs all the time. It's got metal feed lips here, reinforced, very good. Okay. Now this is a magazine, looks just like the Ishmash, but it's not. As you can see, I practiced stippling on this one. This is a keepshooting.com 5-round magazine. They're fairly cheap, so I picked up quite a few when they were on sale for $8 each. Not bad. They also have metal feed lips, but when you grab it, you can just tell the polymer they used isn't as good as Ishmash quality. If you compare the two, I would say that would be mil-spec and this would be airsoft, but it still runs. And again, I took these Keep Shooting mags to a tactical response fighting shotgun as well, kicked them around on the dirt, and they haven't failed yet. This is a Pro Mag 12-round drum for the Saiga-12. I call it my little nutsack. I also did a little stipple job on this magazine just to practice. It has a smoke see-through back cover so you can see the rounds as you load them, and I guess you could check for a round count, right? The front lip, unlike the Ishmash 5-round and the Keep Shooting 5-round magazine, this front lip is reinforced with metal, as you can see there. Pro Mag's not really known for making really good quality magazines. They got winners with their drums. For the Saiga-12, Pro Mag makes a 12-round drum, a 15-round drum, and a 20-round drum. And they're probably the best quality magazines that Pro Mag produces. Here's a Pro Mag 20-round drum. Again, has that reinforced metal there for when you hook it. The rock and lock action of a AK and the Saiga. So that's reinforced. It's got metal feed lips, and it's got this little thing right here. And what this is you push it in, pull down, release the tension off the spring so that you can load it easier. That's never been the case for me because I can't use this because I only got my left hand. So I'll show you how I load my magazines and these drums. And I actually find it easier to load it the way I do than even if I had 2 hands to load it with this little thing. It's pretty heavy, and full of 12 gauge is even heavier, but not bad. And this is the MD Arms 20-round drum. This is the best quality drum you can get for the Saiga-12. It's got metal feed lips. It's got a larger hook than the Pro Mag 20-round drum does. It's not metal reinforced like the Pro Mag is, but it's pretty beefy. Now, when you get new magazines, because the Saiga-12 is just like an AK, the tolerances from the factory aren't exact. So you can get one Saiga-12 that's completely different than the other Saiga-12, okay? And what you have to do is you have to modify your magazines and your drums to fit your particular Saiga-12. Now, with my Saiga, for my Pro Mag drums, I never had to modify them. I just bought them, rock and locked them in, and they were fine. The Keep Shooting mags I did, and the MD Arms 20-round drum here I did also, and I'll show you what you have to do to fit your magazines to your Saiga-12. Now there's another drum by Alliance Armament. They have a 20, and I think they make a 30-round drum. It's pretty much crap. First off, it's very expensive. and second, it doesn't stand up as well as those polymer drums do. Alright, here's the Saiga-12 upside down to show you what to do when you get new magazines, right? See that hook? That hook goes right here. This is the JT Engineering Rock and Lock Guide. It's there to help you get the right angle. And when you hit the receiver, it hooks into there and you rock and you lock it in. And this is your magazine lock. You hear that click, it's locked. Shake it, make sure it doesn't come out. Now the thing is you have to modify on your magazines or drums when you get them for your Saiga-12 is usually the back tab here that locks in. And if you can see how thin that is. That wasn't as thin as that when I bought it. Okay, I had to sand that down or file it. What I used was just a Dremel with a sanding drum on there. Sometimes, it depends, you might have to sand the sides right here for it to fit in. But that's not all the time. Now my Pro Mag drums, like I said, it's got that metal reinforced hook. I never had to do anything to them. I just bought them, took them out of the packaging, rock and lock. Now, as you can see, because I took them right out of the package and they fit, there's a little bit of play. Now that play can cause malfunctions sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes it can. If it's going to cause a malfunction, it's not the side-to-side play that's going to give you a malfunction. It's the back and forth, this axis, from muzzle to buttstock, that's going to give you malfunctions, feeding issues. Pro Mag 20 round drum. Locks in place. It's got some play. Remember, I didn't have to fit the Pro Mag drums to the Saiga. They fit right out of the box. Now this is my MD Arms 20 round drum that I did fit to my Saiga-12. Now the lock-up's really tight. There is no play in that thing whatsoever. It does not move at all. Alright, now I'm going to show you how I load my magazines and drums, okay? These stick magazines, they're pretty easy to load with one hand. If you had two hands, you would hold it like this with one, while with other hand, obviously you'd be putting the shells in, right? Well, I can't do that, so I always place my magazines or drums on the table at the range. Take a shell, and as you can see right there, I just push it in, okay? When I get another one, this is where it, I guess, kind of gets tricky, not really. I put the rim of the shell I'm loading, I put it just on top of the brass of the shell below it. That way the rim won't catch right there, how it's catching now. So I put it just on top of it, push down, and load. Now the Pro Mag 20 round drum has that assisting lever here, where a lot of guys that have trouble with it, they say it don't work, because what they're doing is they're trying to just pull it down. And see how easy it is for me to pull it down? That's because I'm not engaging the spring, okay? You have to push in on that button to engage the spring. Push in, then you pull down. That's a little bit harder, okay? Well, I can't do that and load the magazine with only one hand. So I load my drums just the way I load the stick magazines. There we go, all 20 rounds. Well, that's it. This was part one. Part two is going to be comparing the Pro Mag drum versus the MD Arms drum out at the range. See you then.